All right, how you doing? Name's TJ. Here to tell you what happened to me. Let's see, back in 2013. Let's see, May. I was I decided to go out with a friend of mine, good friend of mine. We we went to this party. I was I don't know. We got drinking quite a bit actually. Uh, it was probably I don't know around 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2, something like that. And we went back to his house. I'm not going to use his name just because obviously he might not, you know, want to be put out there like this. But anyway, so we get back to his house, and his buddy ends up coming over with us, and I didn't really know the kid. Uh, he so I was going to get ready to go home, and Jimmer asked me to drop them off on the way. So okay, I take them and I drop them off, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know where they were going, what they were doing. Uh, Dropped them off, and we went our separate ways. Uh, I end up driving down the road a ways, try to light up a cigarette, realized my cigarettes were missing. So I turned around and I went to try to find them. Uh, Had no luck. I tried calling my buddy, I don't know, numerous times, and just couldn't get a hold of him. So after a little while looking around, I decided to give up and I went home. Uh, I don't know. The next day, I get a call from the detectives, and I go in, and he and I see my good friend handcuffed to the wall. And I said, "Great," thinking to myself, "Great." I don't know, whatever they did last night. Now I'm involved because I dropped them off. So they questioned me, and I told them. I said, yeah, I went to this party with these guys, and after it was done, I went home. So, I went home. Nothing happened to me. Uh, I don't know, 5 months later, I think. It was in May, it happened. And then uh, I got a call from the detective again. He told me they're gonna go ahead and arrest me. So when do I want to come in? I said, all right, I'll come in. Uh, he's like, what time you want to come in next week? And he's like, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So of course I pushed it out as far as I could, and I ended up doing Wednesday actually. And I went in, and he's going over everything of why he's gonna arrest me. And I said to him, and you're telling me there's enough evidence there to arrest me? And he says, well, I wouldn't be arresting you, but the DA told me to. I said, okay. So he arrests me, and he's calling, you know, uh, he's trying to get a hold of the court of where the crime took place. They ended up burglarizing a house, I guess, and the guy, they wanted to take me to the courthouse that was in the same. It happened in Troop, so they wanted to take me to this Troop court. So anyway, he finally gets a hold of the guy, and we go over there, and the judge goes in the back room with the file that the detective handed him and looks over everything, I guess. And when he gets back out, I said, so I'm guessing you were in there looking over all the paperwork? And he says, yes. And I go, so there's enough evidence there to arrest me? And he goes, yes. I go, okay. All right. So anyway, the officer brings me to jail, and obviously I'm there. I'm there for a total of like little over 2 months. I got out. Let's see. well, we'll get into that later, but so anyway, 11 days later, I didn't get a preliminary hearing. You're supposed to get that within 120 hours or 100. It's like 5-6 days tops. Obviously weekends don't count or holidays. Uh, well, 11 days later, I go to court, and there's a lawyer there, and he comes in this room with me, and he goes, yeah, they give me the cases. They give me the cases that there's problems with. I wouldn't even be your lawyer. Usually, I'm a paid lawyer. And he goes, but they give me the cases that there's problems with. I said, I'm thinking to myself, okay, and I go, well, where is this my preliminary hearing? Because I was supposed to get it, like 4 or 5 days ago. And he goes, no, they said you waived your right to a preliminary hearing. I said, no, I didn't. I go, I even asked the judge the first judge I went in front of, that there's enough evidence there to arrest me. And he goes, okay, well, we'll go in there and I'll try to get you your preliminary hearing. I got arrested on October 2nd, by the way, and October 11th is when I went to court for the first time. Or was it October 22nd? Shit, I can't remember exactly, but I know I didn't get my preliminary hearing when I was supposed to. So anyway, no, it was the 11th. And then, so we get in there, and he's not going to ask for bail. I'm like, why wouldn't you ask for bail? Like, I want to go home. And I go, I should be able to get released on my own recognizance, I'm not going anywhere. And, but anyway, so I ended up having to sit in jail. Now, 11 days later, he asked for my preliminary hearing, so I was going to get it. But it was going to be another 11 days before I got it. Well, I didn't know. They should have given it to me within another 5-6 days again, but they didn't. It was 11 days later, October 22nd. I went for my preliminary hearing, and I said there's a law that you can get out if you didn't get your preliminary hearing within 5-6 days. There's a law that they're supposed to release you. So my lawyer goes, well, we can go that. Well, while we're in court, right in front of the judge, I'm like, he kind of talks me into waiving my right. He says, well, geez, if you do that, they're just going to indict you, and you're going to be right back in jail tomorrow. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, there is no evidence. But see, the problem is the lawyer didn't believe me that I didn't have anything to do with this. And that's part of the problem. I told him over and over again, I'm going to trial. No matter what, I'll take this case to trial. And no matter what I did, it was just, it took forever for him to believe me finally. But, so we get in there, and he's like, well, it's your decision. He goes, if you don't waive it and they let you out today, you're just going to get indicted tomorrow, and you'll be right back in tomorrow. I said, whatever then. Let's waive it, I guess, which was stupid on my part. I should have just, pushed for that. But anyway, so now it's, so I go back to jail, and I'm just in jail. My lawyer came and visited me a few times, and every time he did, he kept saying, let's make a deal, let's cut a deal. And I'm like, no, I'm not making no deal. I'm going to trial. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not getting punished for something I didn't do. And so finally, the DA tries to send a deal over, and I laugh, because I laugh at it because I know he's getting desperate. And he just wants to, because most everybody in Auburn, Cayuga County, they just make deals, and they don't question it, even when they don't even do anything wrong, because they're too afraid of going to jail forever. And I can understand that, but it's at the same time, if you didn't do anything, or if they don't have any evidence, fight it. That's what the justice system's supposed to be for. Well, anyway, so here comes, I get my grand jury proceeding. I had my suit, whatever on, and I go in front of the grand jury, and the DA sitting there, not Budelman, but one of the ADAs. Well, asking me questions, and I'm answering them. I'm telling them the truth about everything, and telling them how I didn't have nothing to do with it, and the jury's sitting out there listening to me. And the next day I was set free because uh, the grand jury or the jury decided to drop the charges because they believed me. I didn't have nothing to do with this, and I'm glad they seen the truth. Um, and so anyway, I get out, and but my problem with this is they arrested me with no evidence. There was two co-defendants, one saying I, you know, one I'm guessing was saying I had everything to do with it, and the other one was saying I didn't know nothing about it, which I didn't know nothing about it. So with these conflicting stories, I can't believe they arrested me in the first place. They definitely didn't have no evidence. And the problem is the district attorney probably talked the jury, into it, which is why they were going to be able to arrest me in the first place, or indict me, I should say, which is, I'm not sure if that even happened. I'm not sure. They definitely got away with something that they shouldn't have. So I don't know. This will be my first video. My poor friend, he went away for 8 years for something I think is ridiculous. The other kid was 17 years old, sent him away for 8 years. Just ridiculous. Nobody got hurt in the incident. So I don't know. I just think it was harsh. And for me to get put away for 2 months was ridiculous. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.